Welcome back to the deep dive, everybody. Today we're diving into something that, well, honestly just sounds a little crazy at first.
Do you think so?
Yeah, just a bit. We're looking at this piece online. It's called "The Crazy Correlation Between Pew Prices and Alcohol Sales?" Question mark. You won't believe this statistical oddity.
Ah, yes, I see.
So, graphics cards and booze. Who knew? But apparently there might be a connection there, and we're going to figure out what's going on. What can we make of this strange link, if anything at all?
It really is an odd one. I mean, when you sent this to me, I thought, okay, is this a joke?
Yeah.
What could GPUs and, alcohol sales possibly have in common?
Yeah, exactly right. Like when you think about what drives GPU prices, it's usually things like, how advanced the chips are, how many they can make, how much gamers in these days, AI developers need those cards.
Mm-hmm.
But alcohol, I mean, that seems more like it would be tied to, like, how's the economy doing? Are people feeling good? Is it a nice weekend?
Right, you'd think.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. The data actually shows that these two, well, seemingly unrelated metrics are moving kind of in the same way.
Wild, right?
It is. And it really does make you wonder, is something else going on here? Is there some other factor that we're just not seeing that's driving both of these things? Or is this really just, some statistical fluke?
Well, the source we're looking at really plays up the unbelievable aspect. It's presenting it as this crazy, almost impossible pairing.
It does.
But like you said, the real question is, what could explain this? But I gotta ask, if there's such a strong correlation in the data, does that mean, is it at least possible, that there is some kind of direct link, however weird that might seem?
It's a good question. And,
Yeah.
Honestly, a direct link where one thing's actually causing the other, it does seem really unlikely. But this correlation is so strong, we can't just completely ignore it. Maybe they're both sort of reflecting how confident people are feeling about the economy.
Okay.
Like if the economy's doing well, people have more money to spend. So they might be more likely to splurge on, I don't know, a fancy new graphics card and also go out for drinks more or buy a nicer bottle of wine.
Oh, I see. So it's not that, like, buying a new GPU makes you want to go grab a beer, but that when the overall mood about the economy is good, it could lead to more spending in a bunch of different areas, even ones that don't seem connected.
Exactly. It's like they're both riding the same wave, that wave of, economic optimism.
Gotcha.
Or, here's another thought. Think about free time. When people have more free time, they might be more likely to, I don't know, play more video games, which of course could drive up demand for GPUs. But also, they might have more time for socializing, going out with friends, and that often involves, well, alcohol.
Right. So again, it's not about a direct connection, but more like these two things are both being affected by some of the same bigger trends going on in society.
Right, exactly. It's less about the correlation itself and more about what that correlation might be telling us about the bigger picture.
It's like a clue.
Exactly, a clue.
So as we're thinking through this, it really makes you wonder what other weird, unexpected things might be influencing seemingly totally different markets at the same time. I mean, this really shows how connected everything can be in the economy, even in ways we might not realize.
It does. And it kind of leads to another interesting question. What if, by looking at these strange, almost nonsensical correlations, we can uncover these hidden forces, these currents that are shaping all different parts of the economy? Things we might completely miss otherwise.
Fascinating stuff. So, to wrap things up for everyone listening, maybe this whole GPU alcohol thing is just a funny little quirk in the data, but it really does get you thinking about all these patterns that are out there, patterns that might not make sense at first glance. Could it be that by digging into these statistical oddities, even the ones that seem completely random, we could actually learn a lot of how people behave and how the economy works as a whole? Even if, one thing isn't directly causing the other, definitely something to ponder.
Definitely is.
And that's it for today's deep dive. See you next time.